Hello everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. So today we're gonna look at one of the most iconic Chinese mythology character that's joined Godforge in the Tian faction, Sun Wukong. So first thing, we're gonna start with the mood board. For those who aren't familiar, mood boards are used for giving direction to the artist and some reference. So we can see here that they shown Black Myth Wukong and Red Wukong to the artist, and also a various representation of Wukong to give some kind of direction to the artist to start designing Godforge style Wukong. So next, Wukong was assigned to the artist Gerling Costa. I hope it's the correct pronunciation, not quite sure. But basically, she started doing a face exploration and 3 different variations of Wukong, so the team could choose a general direction. So once the general direction is set, she designed a first version of Wukong, and then could add and modify that version as usual to give it a more defined look, coherent to the whole of Godforge and the vision of the team. Next, we can see the final design of Sun Wukong after the modification. So a more fiery warrior type of Sun Wukong with the fiery hair, the big armor plates, the shoulder. So really more towards the fire nature of Sun Wukong and the warrior nature. Sun Wukong is also known as a trickster, so it could have been more like Loki, a little more mischievous type of character, but we're really seeing more of a warrior type of Sun Wukong. Also an interesting design choice. Sometimes Sun Wukong has a tail, sometimes it doesn't. So they chose the no-tail version of Sun Wukong, which is an interesting choice. But we still see the really ape-like face, and all the very characteristic of Sun Wukong is easily recognizable as Sun Wukong. So great overall design. Then with that final design, we can then see the final 3D rendering of Wukong, the creation of really that 3D model that we're gonna see in game. So if we look at the more specific detail of Wukong, he will be a chaos alignment, which is really fitting the character and the chaotic nature of Sun Wukong. He will be a cunning member and a slayer. So he could have been an disruptor like Loki, really this mischievous character, but they really went with the damage dealing slayer kind of build for Wukong. And we can see that he's pretty fast with 106, good attack. So we're really looking for a damage Wukong who's gonna do really a lot of attacks and a lot of damage to the enemy. So let's take a look into Wukong's ability. We're gonna start with his basic ability, Rui Jingu Bang. Really not sure of the pronunciation. Attacks one enemy, then increase this hero's divinity by 5%. If joining an attack, increase divinity by an additional 5%. So on ally attack, he's gaining 10% more divinity. Also, mirror one random buff from the target. So basically, on the basic skill, he's attacking an enemy, gaining divinity by attacking that enemy, and copy a buff. So it's a random buff, but you can really scale or target heroes that has interesting buff to gain those buff for yourself. So really a great basic ability. Next, his score, Spinning Gale. Place attack up 2 on this hero for 2 turns, then attack all enemies 2 times, so double hit AoE. For each buff on this hero, increase the damage inflicted by 10%. So really a great scaling mechanics that really synergize well with the A1 that mirror buff. So basically, you're gaining attack up and you're gaining a ton of buff from the basic skill if the enemy team has a lot of buff. So you can really ramp up his damage quite quickly, and it's a double hit AoE, which is always a great sign. So really a great damage dealing core, really interesting. Then it's ultimate, Clone Rampage. Attack 8 times at random, yes, 8 times. Each hit has 35% chance to heal this hero for 8% of the damage inflicted and decrease the target's turn meter by 8%. So 35% is not that high, but it's an 8 time at random. So that effect can happen 35% chance on each of the 8 hits. So he's gonna get some really good healing, and he can really decrease a lot of turn meter, especially if we're looking at single boss. 8 time has a chance to decrease by 8% the turn meter. So any boss that will be affected by turn meter reduction, that ultimate will be super useful. If a target is hit more than 5 times, additional hits inflicts 50% reduced damage, which is okay. I mean, after the 5th hit, the 3 last hits are doing a little less damage, totally fine. Gains divinity when inflicted damage to an enemy, which is especially interesting with the basic ability that gains divinity by 10% when inflicting the damage on the basic. So you're gaining a lot of ultimate really quickly, and it's a 1200 ultimate, so quite low. So you should be gaining that Clone Rampage quite easily and really doing tons and tons and tons of damage to the enemy. Finally, the passive, Unyielding Trickster. Place Immortal on this hero for 1 turn when receiving fatal damage for the first time. So basically, the first time he's gonna get killed, he's gonna be immortal for at least a turn. So he cannot be one shot. Also, has 50% chance to join an ally's attack. So each time an ally attack, he has a 50% chance to join. And if we remember, he's gaining 10% divinity each time he's using his basic skill on a joint attack. So really scaling really fast his ultimate. So really overall that passive is tying everything together, and he's gonna be an amazing damage dealer. So Wukong's kit looks amazing. Can't wait to use that hero on Godforge and really have that sense and that feeling of continuously attacking. He really looks like an amazing hero that everyone is gonna love. And let's see his animation. Let's see what we're actually gonna get in game. So Wukong really looks like an amazing champion. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more content, and see you next time.